Welcome to the beginner's guide. This is the other side. I've been playing it all day today and I've been pretty confused, but I've learned a lot about the game and I kind of want to put everything into one condensed video of just beginner tips and knowledge that I've found scattered throughout their discords and online. When you first load in, you'll notice there's the wardrobe there, laptop, and then your personal equipment box. Over here, your wardrobe, you can customize your character. It's actually pretty good. I've made my character look like this, from your skin tone, your hair, even the colors, like it has a color wheel at the bottom here. So if I wanted my hair green, I could have green hair, or you can have long wavy. There's a bunch of options. It's really good. Same with eye color, facial hair. You can customize your clothes. Face wear is coming soon. And then a bunch of tops, from t-shirts, tank tops, to long sleeves, zip-up hoodies, and cardigans. And blazers, too, if you want to look a little dapper. And then over here, in the personal equipment, this is all the items you have purchased. You can sort it by EMF types, thermals, your ultraviolet, writing, audible, radiation, blessed, and miscellaneous. Blessed are your safety things, like your anxiety medication. In this game, instead of sanity, it is based on anxiety, and holy water spray, which is basically the smudge sticks of this game. You use this during hunts to blind the ghosts. You can go and hide. So then when you go up to the laptop, it looks kind of confusing, but up here is your shop. You can buy items in here. This one, I would recommend buying the loaner package. It's $0. It gives you the complete basic items that you would need to start in the game, and it's free. You can buy as many as you want, though the one caveat is when you do use it, you get 30% less money. Then you can buy your items here, your EMFs, your different kind of thermals, ultraviolets, ghost book writing, your spirit boxes, a radiation, which is a new thing. I'll show you how that works in game. And then your blessed items, and then your miscellaneous. And then this is for cleanse only, the artifact locator, but I'm personally just not gonna go over that because I haven't played the cleanse mode. Anyway, when you click your inventory button, you can see your inventory directly in the laptop. You can select your contracts here with the contracts button. You can select your map from random location to any map you would like. There are 3 small maps: Ravenwood, Cedar Street, and Aspen Heights. Since they are the smaller maps, they give a 1x reward. When you go over here, Joseph's Orphanage, Stone Mare, Summerhill Psychiatric, and Abandoned Hill. The larger the map, the more rewards you get. The larger maps gives a ×2. And then when you go to Abandoned Hill, there is actually more maps. There's 3 more here, from small to medium to large. But I won't be focusing on those maps. I'm going to start on Ravenwood, on novice difficulty, because what most people are going to be playing. Like I said, there is the cleanse activity. It's where you actually cleanse the ghosts from the area. I am a Phasmophobia player, so I'm just going to be doing Identify because that's what I've been learning on. There's the multiplayer. You can create your lobby or find one. There is personalization. You can customize your desktop with all these different backgrounds. I'll move this over here. Your desktop with different backgrounds. I'm going to go back to the default, and you can change the color of whatever you would like. It'll change the icon colors and this up here. Your photos. You can save photos. I don't have any saved because I keep forgetting. You can save photos and download them to your computer here. And then there's training for cleanse, but there isn't one for Identify yet. So that's why I'm making this one. And then they have a Discord. Really recommend joining the Discord. I've actually been talking to developers already. You can customize your HQ by pressing tab and going into home base, and you can buy a bunch of stuff for your headquarters. And then you could also upgrade your base as well. Or you can buy different vans. You can buy a camper or a box truck.
Free flowing, sailing with the wind, not knowing how this story ends. Kind and brave, I know you'll.
Let's do Ravenwood Lane. Once you select it, you just go over here if you haven't already and bring your loaner package in. You could drag and drop it, or you can press Control and a left mouse button to quickly do it. That's all I'm going to bring. I'm not going to bring any of these stuff in. I would like to show you what it's like just on the loaner package. So when you're ready to load in after you selected everything, you just go in the truck and you'll drive there, and you get a little cool driving animation to get going there. You can skip it if you press and hold the spacebar, if you don't want to see this every time, but just for the sake of this, we will be. When you load in, you'll see your stash. All you have to do is just open it up by clicking on it, and dragging this loaner package to your two-hand, because this is a two-handed item. And just drop it on the table here. Press G to drop it. And then you click to open it, and it'll have a bunch of stuff for you in here already. It'll have a EMF detector, a thermometer, UV, some anxiety medication, a book, spirit box, and a Geiger counter. I would recommend bringing in a thermometer, EMF, UV stick, and a Geiger counter. These 2 items you could bring in if you want, but I would just kind of leave them until you find the ghost room. And the anxiety medication is only for when your anxiety is starting to go up really high. I'll get more into that later. You can use your phone as a flashlight. If you press tab, and then once it's out, you can press T. You get a flashlight. Your phone works as a flashlight, so you don't actually have to worry about that. And by default, the power is on in this game. And you just press right click like in Phasmophobia to turn on your temperature gauge. And all we're going to do is explore the map. So yeah, we're at 22 degrees Celsius. So it's not too bad so far. Not too cold. Again, you can turn on all the lights. I will say the game's graphics look really good. That was loud. Let's pull out my EMF. Nothing. Okay, as far as I know, the ghost events don't happen when you're close to the ghost in this game. The ghost kind of roams around the entire house. So just because you get a ghost event does not mean that's the room. I've seen it do interactions across a house from its favorite location, and I don't really think it matters what ghost it is. The breaker is in the garage in this map as well. You can just open it up and just click on it. Now the breaker's off, and now the breaker's back on, exactly like Phasmophobia. You can trip the breaker with too many lights, from my understanding, and most ghosts can interact. Holy, that scared me. Yeah, okay, so this is definitely the room here. But if you noticed, he opened all these doors here. And the temperature is not cold in here. Just because he interacts with something nearby you does not mean he's there. You gotta find the room that is the coldest. That's the best way of finding where he is. Now you notice the temperature is starting to drop already. I would just kind of drop it on the ground and let it do its thing. Same with the EMF. The UV is a glow stick to the tier 1. And you can check doorways for fingerprints, if there are any. I don't think there is. And then the Geiger counter. This is to measure radiation. Anything above a 56 is considered radiation level activity. Oh, you turn the breaker off. Oh, we do have freezing temperatures. To interact with your phone, you just press the middle mouse button, and when you want to write down evidence you have found, you go to identifier. And this is what it looks like. Since we have freezing, we just check freezing off. It'll hide all the ghosts that do not have freezing. You can double click it, and it'll cross it out, and you can rule it out completely. Let's get out of here for a second. I think my sanity is getting kind of low. 83. Anything above 100 is considered high sanity. And then you go back in here. Bring the spirit box and book in now, finally. If you want, you could bring the anxiety medication, but we don't really need them quite yet. Let's go back and turn the power on. Now we're back in the garage. Let's turn the breaker back on so we get some lights going. We're not just sitting here in the dark. And then... Jesus Christ, that's loud. Okay, we're back in the room now. Just double check. Let's check her Geiger counter. This would be considered evidence for a Geiger counter. He said, the developers had told me anything above a 56 will be counted as evidence. So you do not have to get to all the way to 2000. This would count as a piece of evidence already. And then let's place the book down. Don't worry if you lose freezing with this one. It does fluctuate. It's kind of inaccurate, but it will generally come back down to its spot. And here you can see your tasks. Identify the ghost, capture a flawless ghost photo, a sanctified cross interactions. Unfortunately, we don't have a sanctified cross, and escape a hunt. I mean, it's going to 2000 anyway, but yeah, it was already the piece of evidence. And to do that, you just go back here and go to the identifier. I select the wrong thing and click radiation. It would be the Wisp, Wee Wee Combo, Echo, and Bahoot. You can actually have these items on your belt. Like, you notice how the UV is still available, even though it's on my belt. It would still work like this. Same with the EMF, though this one would be a little bit harder because this one doesn't make noise. Or this would still work too. If you get familiar with the sounds, you can use this to figure out the ghost. With the spirit box, it's kind of like Phasmophobia. You turn it on, and you start talking to it. You ask phrases like, are you near? Are you far? Are you friendly? And if you get lucky, right there, we have spirit box. So you select audio. We have a Wisp. Okay, let's get out of here. And we never got above 90 beats per minute. We're still not in hunting range, besides from one ghost. And that ghost is the demon. The demon can start early hunts at 90, while the rest are 100 and above. Some quality of life settings I would do. I would go to controls and make it so you have hotkeys for your phone. Because instead of having to press tab to bring up your phone and then right click and click what you want here, say I wanted my identifier, all I have to do is just press J and it brings it up immediately. I don't have to press tab, and I just middle click my mouse to bring it up so I can actually start interacting with it. Say with my tasks, I could just press U and it'll bring it up to that page right away. And then same with my heartbeat. I press O and I can immediately see my heartbeat rate already. And then here you can see your photos. We actually haven't taken any, surprisingly. Your speakeasy, if you ever get lost on what you can or can't say, these are all of the things that are accepted in the spirit box. You can also click them too if you don't want to talk. Settings. You can customize your phone, your contract guide. It'll show you how to play the game. And then you can loop the ghost. I will show that in the more advanced part in this game. I just want to do your very first game. The EMF 20, you just want to get all the way up to the EMF 20 here. Or EMF 5 is the same thing. There's 5 dots. You just want to light up all the way to the top. The writing, the ghost will just write in the book. You can also take a photo of it when it does happen. If you bring up your phone, press R. You can now take photos. Press R again. Now you've taken a photo. That works for fingerprints as well on doorways. And if you see the ghost, you can swap the camera. So now you have a front-facing camera. Smile for the camera. Say cheese. And then you can customize the camera frame rate and the camera quality. I've just left that at default, but yeah. Let's go back home. I'll show you how to do that. You just go back to the truck and stand in the little green box here. You just stand in the return to headquarters green box. This is what it looks like when you're done a contract. Identify the correct ghost type. We didn't do the secondary objectives, and then the multipliers. Unfortunately, because we used the loan a tool package, we lost 33% or $91. We originally would have got $275, but we lost 90 bucks and got $184 instead and 153 XP. You can see what it did. The radiation, audio, thermal, how many times it did it, time and favorite location, interactions performed, events executed, and hunts. And then view your photos that you've taken in the game. Okay, before I start, I'm going to link some stuff in the description. There are a few websites that have external information on how certain ghosts act and how soon they hunt or what they generally do. Well, you'll be pleasantly surprised to hear that the Wraith kind of works the same in this game from Phasmophobia. He doesn't make any audible footsteps during hunts, and he floats. He won't have feet. So that's a pretty easy way to tell. Poltergeist. He throws a lot of items again. The Revenant. He's actually not as fast in this game. What his unique feature is, he will reduce your stamina by 4 seconds when he starts a hunt. The Demon. Early hunter. Okay, let's go in. Enough talking. I feel like I've talked my head off there. And you're probably telling me to shut the hell up. I wish they would add like a center dot to the screen because it's kind of hard to sometimes tell where your cursor is. But anyway, you're able to point at doors, floors, or whatnot to get a more accurate reading. Like I'm able to point in a room over there and I don't have to go in there because the laser pointer. It only detects where you're actively pointing the gun. 17. You can hide in here as well. This would count as a hiding spot. Any closet that you find in the house counts as a hiding spot. Oh, we have UV. So when you have UV, pull out your camera and press R. And now you have it. We have UV. We could probably knock out the early hunter because we are at 90 anxiety. I keep on calling it sanity, but he hasn't tried hunting. Still nothing. Okay, so he is in this room here. It's 1.3 degrees. Okay. Let's drop the sanity medication. Did it again. And let's go grab our last little bit of evidences. We can grab our spirit box, motion sensor, book, and a crucifix. Do note, the crucifix does not stop hunts. It is only for interactions. Like, you place it on a surface, like the wall here, and he'll turn it upside down, and that apparently was our secondary objective, and that's all it does, really, from my knowledge. And then same with the sound sensor. You just place it down, and he'll walk through it. He'll make a beeping noise when he walks through it. If you go up to it, you can kind of read it. It says active with how many times it's gone off and for how long it's been going for. And in a book, just place it down and wait. Are you near? Are you far? Are you friendly? How old are you? So you notice how we are at elevated beats per minute right now. We are in hunting range, and he probably will hunt us very quickly here. So I'm going to take our sanity medication to make it so we can continue grabbing our evidences, because we only have one. Check for UV again. No. Did not leave UV this time. Okay. The motion sensor helps detecting what the paranormal movement. You can see your secondary objectives here, if you ever want to see them. If you go to tasks, you can see your secondary objectives. Pull out my phone. 89. I don't think it's a spirit box. He doesn't try to talk to me. It's not freezing. 1.2, 1.1. Ow, my ear. Okay. Beats per minute. Are you near? Are you far? Are you friendly? How old are you? Are you old? Are you young? Give me a hint. Sure. There we go. Okay, we have audio. Oops, wrong thing. Identifier. We have audio. The Wraith targets a specific player if you're playing multiplayer, breaks line of sight pretty easily, and when it's hunting, you won't hear footsteps. The Skia will give you a unique spirit box response sometimes. It has an increased hunt cooldown. I don't know how long. Still figuring out the exact number sometimes. And it cannot turn the FLX pod off. Phantom doesn't manifest, does a lot more shadow events. The doppelganger will always return to its favorite room before hunting. Let's go take my other sanity medication. The sanity medications are a consumable, so once you use it, that's it. You have to rebuy them. And same with the holy water sprays. Kind of like in Phasmophobia with the sanity medication and smudges. Once you use them once, you just have to rebuy them whether you died or not. Like, say you're going to get hunted. Like, what do? Okay, that door's closed. Just kidding. Sadly, there are not a lot of hiding spots sometimes. Sometimes they're blocked. Like that. So, you could hide back here. I'm probably just going to hide back here. It's going to get it to hunt me because it's so... What the hell? That's kind of scary. I'm not going to lie. You notice how my heartbeat is now elevated at 106? We will most likely get hunted now. Basically any second. Let's pull out my camera so I could get a nice ghost photo. There we go. The front door has closed. He's now hunting. Shit. You can, each bottle comes with 3 or 2 sprays, so you can spray him twice, and it will stun him. There we go. Now the next one, I'm going to try to escape from him. He does have line of sight speed increase, so he will get faster. Not good. Okay, we'll just hide in here until the hunt's over. He was blocking my bathroom. Okay, the hunt should be over. I don't hear him anymore. Bro, sometimes the doors are a bit glitchy in this game. And a way to tell is if the light switches work. Kind of like in Phasmophobia. Let's get out of here before he hunts again. I think there's a 45-second cooldown for most ghosts between hunts. Let's take a look at those photos. And delete some that were bad. Okay. Mess up that one. But we got this one. Look at him. He's so, kind of creepy looking. Okay, so that's a hunt. Each holy spray comes with 2 sprays. So 4 total if you bring 2, like I did. Which kind of saved me. So I missed the first one. We got the ghost rate, and we did all the secondary objectives. And we got an extra $80 for the photos. I hope this guide has helped you at least a little bit. I think this game has a lot of potential. It's really fun in all honesty. And the fact that you can customize your headquarters to the way you want it to be, and you can buy other headquarters as well, is a really cool feature. And you can play this game completely with no evidence and no... Actually, no, not no sanity yet. They are adding custom games soon. But you can play this game with no evidence and still be able to figure out what a ghost is based on their behavioral patterns, which is really cool. I hope you enjoyed the video. I'll see you in the next one.